Hello, everyone. Um, so this is my post for week seven's discussion. Question number one was to go over any of the information from the weekly reading. So I chose to go over the TED Talk videos that we had for this week. The first one was how to turn a group of strangers into a team. In this video, the speaker used the example of the Chilean workers, 33 Chilean workers who were stuck underground, and the whole story was very inspiring. But there were certain brief takeaways that I got from the video. The first one was that once a group accepts that they don't have all the answers, or they don't know everything, they reach a certain level of humility, which allows them to try ideas which they normally might not. They allows them to take more risks and be more comfortable to the ideas of everyone involved. Another takeaway was that in order for a group to be successful, they have to overcome the basic human challenge. As the speaker stated, it's hard to learn when you already know. So what I understood from this is just that it's important for all those involved in the group to be open to ideas, be open to learning from one another, and just have that humility that to understand that you don't know everything, and you can benefit from the knowledge and ideas of others. Um, Another takeaway was that it's important for groups, in order to be effective or successful, to overcome looking at others as competitors, to overcome that either you or me mindset. And what would be more effective is to identify as quickly as possible what the talents and skills are of all those involved in the group. The second video was build a tower, build a team. What I thought was interesting in this video was how the speaker stated that, first, the exercise involves groups attempting to create a structure using spaghetti and marshmallows. So what the speaker stated was that kindergarteners tend to make better structures than recent business grads, which sounds counterintuitive. But the reason for this, he explains, is because kindergarteners don't spend time competing for power within the group. They kind of go right into it and start creating prototypes, which gives them plenty of time to improve upon that structure, as opposed to business grads who take plenty of time to discuss what they believe is the best course of action, which causes them to kind of run out of time and not have enough time to improve upon the structure like the kindergarteners do. So part two of question number one was to reflect on how diversity is a challenge at work or not. So I'm not exactly sure if this is asking for me to reflect upon my own personal experience on the challenges of diversity. I don't know if I can recall challenges per se. I can recall, I suppose, being involved in my previous job where there were several staff members that were a lot younger, and then several staff members that were, I guess, a little older. And the younger staff members would gravitate towards the younger coworkers, and older would gravitate with the older staff members. Looking back at it, I mean, we all got along pretty well. Looking back, I never realized or thought of it as a challenge. Looking back at it, I guess I could see how this could create a challenge in certain organizations. So this is kind of addressed in theoretically and part in question number three. So I'll just move on to question number two for now. Do you enjoy or prefer working in a group? Why or why not? So I personally enjoy working in groups as well as working alone. I guess for the most part, I do enjoy working alone, just because it allows me to carry out my own ideas as I see fit. It also, I feel like it forces me to become more independent and rely on my own critical thinking, because I don't exactly have other people to lean on. However, I do enjoy working in groups. There is that satisfaction of working with other people, and I feel like as long as there's a good dynamic, where our ideas are allowed to flow, there's no sense of judgment, and there's kind of a safety net where, no one's being ridiculed for their ideas. um, I definitely enjoy working in that type of setting. So number three, what are situations in which group diversity would lead to positive outcomes, and what are situations in which group diversity would lead to negative outcomes? Um, okay, so I guess to address how they would lead to positive outcomes, so in the article Work Group Diversity and Group Performance, they really address these two questions. Um, so the potential advantages of diverse groups, lies in the greater pool of tasks, relevant information, and expertise diverse groups may have at their disposal. In addition, the larger social network of diverse groups may give diverse groups more access to new information and potentially larger bases of support for decision than homogeneous groups. So basically, diverse groups, um, like it states here, has allows a pool of more information, more perspectives. Um, so theoretically, this should be beneficial for performing several tasks, because you have such a wide pool of different experiences, different perspectives. Um, so on the negative side, this article identifies two possible, I guess, areas of conflict, or two negative outcomes. One was social categorization. Um, so this, the article states, refers to the perceptual grouping of people. What I understood was it's the formation of groups within the group, especially large groups. Kind of like I stated in my own personal experience, where um, there's a grouping of younger staff members, and then there's the grouping of the older staff members. Although we're all officially within one group, we're all in the same. We all have the same title, but we kind of I guess, like it states here, the perceptual grouping of people. It's what people perceive as two different groups. Um, and then another conflict, or another negative outcome that could arise, is intergroup bias. So the article states our intergroup bias refers to more favorable perceptions, attitudes, and behavior towards intergroup than outer group. Whereas, using the example of the younger group with the older group, younger group might seek the opinions of those within that younger group, as opposed to wanting to seek the opinion, or even like work with the older group. This is a possible negative outcome. So I think that's it. Thank you guys very much.